Good morning and welcome to class today. Today we are going to be learning about quadratic equations. This is going to be an introductory class because it's going to be the first in a number of videos. In the course of this class, we aim to understand what an equation means, understand what quadratic equations mean, learn about the four methods for finding the roots of quadratic equation. We are going to learn the steps to finding the roots of quadratic equation by factorizing. We are going to solve problems, of course, related to finding the roots of quadratic equation by factorization. What is an equation? An equation is simply a mathematical or algebraic statement showing that two expressions are equal. For example, we have 3x minus 5 equal to 0. This is an algebraic expression and this is an algebraic expression. Both of them being equal makes it an equation. What is a quadratic expression? A quadratic equation is simply an algebraic equation which is similar to a quadratic expression, however, with the extension of equal to 0. So we have a single variable and the highest power of that variable will be 2. Here we have the base form ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a is the coefficient of x squared, b is the coefficient of x, c is a constant, and x is our variable. This is going to be an example. X squared plus 2x equal to 4. That's an example of a quadratic equation. Now, how do we solve quadratic equations? We solve quadratic equations by finding the roots of the equation. The root of an equation is simply any value for which that equation is true. Equations are not always true for every value. For example, in that simple equation at the beginning, we had 3x minus 5 equal to 0. Now, if x was equal to 2, 3x will be 6. 6 minus 5 will be 1, not 0. So for that particular value, of x equal to 2, the equation will be false, or that statement will be false. When you find the value for which 3x minus 5 will be equal to 0, that value is called the root of the equation. Quadratic equations have two values for which the expression is true, or for which the statement is true, and those are called the roots of the equation. To find the roots of a quadratic equation, there are four main methods we use: method of factorization, completing the square, the general quadratic formula, and the graphical method. These are the methods we are going to be studying in this class. However, there are other methods in existence, but they are not within the scope of this class. In this class, we are only going to be learning about the method of factorization, methods of completing the square, and general formula and the graphical methods will be learned in subsequent videos. Now, we all know that every quadratic equation is made up of a quadratic expression which is equated to 0. So if you're able to completely factorize that quadratic expression, we will be able to find the roots of the equation easily. Here's an example on the way it is handled. Here we have 3x squared plus 7x equal to 6. This is an example of a quadratic equation. However, to solve this, we have to rearrange it into a quadratic expression equated to 0. So we are going to subtract 6 on both sides to have 3x squared plus 7x minus 6 equal to 0. And then we factorize the expression 3x squared plus 7x minus 6. If you don't know how to factorize quadratic expression, you can check my video on factorizing quadratic expressions. The link is going to be in the description. To factorize this, of course, we separate the middle term such that the product will give us 3 times 6, which is minus 18, and the sum will give us 7, which was the original middle term. Then we factorize by grouping. Factorizing this by grouping, we are going to have 3x minus 2 into x plus 3. If you expand this, you are going to get back our original expression. However, this is an expression, not the equation. For this to be an equation, we have to equate it to 0. Here we have 3x minus 2 multiplied by x plus 3 equal to 0. This is the factorized version of our original equation. From our regular multiplication of numbers by 0, we know that any number multiplied by 0 equal to 0. So if we have two numbers multiplying to give us 0, that means one of those numbers, or both of them, must be 0. So if 3x minus 2 multiplied by x plus 3 equal to 0, that means either 3x minus 2 equal to 0 or x plus 3 equal to 0. If 3x minus 2 equal to 0, then 3x is equal to 2 and x is equal to 2 over 3. Also, if x plus 3 equal to 0, then x is equal to minus 3. So the roots of this equation, 3x squared plus 7x equal to 6, are x equal to 2 over 3 and x is equal to minus 3. We are going to test this. We are going to put two values for x to find out if it's going to be true. However, for the sake of time, I'm only going to use one of these values. I expect you to test using 2 over 3, x being equal to 2 over 3, while I test using x equal to minus 3. If x equal to minus 3, then x squared will be minus 3 times minus 3, which will be plus 9. 3 times 9 will give us 27. And if x is equal to minus 3, then 7x is going to be 3 times minus 3, which is going to give us minus 21. So 27 minus 21 will give us 6. That shows that this expression holds true if x is equal to minus 3. Why don't you find out if x is equal to 2 or minus 2? What will happen? 3 times minus 2 squared will be 4. 4 times 3 will be 12. Minus 2 times 7 will be minus 14. So 12 minus 14 will give us minus 2, which is not the same as what we have here. So this expression will not be correct except for the values x equal to minus 3 and x equal to 2 over 3. And that is why they are called the roots of this expression, of this equation rather. I hope you're able to learn something new today. Here are some practice exercises. 3x squared minus 7x plus 4 equal to 0. 2x squared minus x minus 6 equal to 0. X squared plus 7x plus 6 equal to 0. X squared plus 3x minus 10 equal to 0. Find the roots of this expression using factorization method and ask questions on whatever you don't understand in the comment section of Google Classroom. If there's anything you need further clarification on, be sure to ask. See you in class.